Hey, welcome back to the Johnny Says e-bike channel. I'm Jersey John, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Be Cool Adventurer. This bike is a 750 watt e-mountain bike. It's got a rear hub motor. It has a 21 amp hour battery, which is amazing. It's one of the main reasons I bought this bike. When I'm out riding with other e-bikers, at the end of the ride, we're all looking and comparing how much battery we have left, and this bike is always on top. Okay, so it's a great bike as far as the battery, pretty amazing. The motor, 750 watt, gets the job done. Okay, like I said, I'm 1,800 feet. It had to climb up here to get to this. So if I'm going to review a bike, I want to make sure I make it perform. If it's an off-road e-mountain bike, I want to make sure I take it on mountain trails, up and down, rough trails. I don't want to just go to some, like, flat level trails in the park, which I do too. But I want to make sure this thing can really perform as it's supposed to, okay? So 800 miles. I did replace the brakes at 700 miles, and the reason is, because you wouldn't normally do that, is because I'm going up hills. I mean, this bike has been up to 4,800 feet in elevation, okay? And if you're going up 4,800 feet, you have to come down, and when you're coming down that mountain, of course, you're going to be taxing your brakes. So I upgraded this to some quad piston brakes. Definitely had to be done for the type of riding I do. Otherwise, if you're just doing, local trails and pretty much flat stuff, you wouldn't be replacing your brakes at 700 miles. They've worked pretty well up until that point. This bike has full suspension. It's got a rear suspension, has a front suspension. The front, I mean, they're not branded, the front suspension, but at the price point for this bike, $1,500, $1,600, you could spend, $180 for some double shoulder forks for the front, and you're still at a really good price for it, right? But these are working pretty good. When it comes time to make that upgrade, that's probably the one I'll do. One of the other upgrades I did was I installed tannis armor in the front and rear tire, ride it up in the mountains and in the woods and stuff. You really don't want to get a flat. So if I could go with tannis, which is a foam insert, and it's supposed to reduce 90% of your flats, well, that was something I had to take a shot at, right? I had to make that investment because the downtime could be pretty brutal, especially when we ride at night. We've gotten flats at night in the trails, in the woods, in the mountains. It's not fun. So I will be doing a separate video on the tannis armor installation and a review of the performance as well. So back to the adventure. This bike comes in black and like an army green, which is an awesome color, but I just really love the black. And it comes with full front fender, full rear fender, rear rack, and it has the attachments, the bolts for a front basket, which they sell. So a lot of little extras that they give you. Comes with a light. I'm going to show you all this stuff too. Comes with a front headlight, which does the trick. It comes with a tail light, brake light, and turn signals. Now, a lot of people say, well, the turn signals are a joke. You can't see them during the daytime, which is true. But during the day, I use my arms to signal. But at night, when drivers can't see my arm to signal, I like to use the turn signal because it's better than nothing, right? So I think it's great, especially for nighttime. And what else does this bike have? 7-speed Shimano Tourney, pretty basic. It comes with the dual piston hydraulics, and they worked, like I said, they worked pretty good, except for the abuse that I put them through. And 5 pedal assist levels, which you can change that to 3. I keep it at 5. And on level ground, this bike does about 22 to 24 miles an hour, which I'm going to show you the pedal assist levels right after this, okay? So the bike is pretty good. It's pretty reliable. I think it's a great entry-level bike, okay? It doesn't have too much power for beginners. It has enough power for me to get up these hills. So for anybody just doing some regular riding, this thing is awesome. It's entry-level. The price is entry-level. I'll probably get another one, and it's been put through the test, I will tell you that. And so when I'm done here, I'm going to crank up some tunes. I'm going to haul butt down this mountain, and that's where all the fun is, right? Coming up here was a lot of work, a lot of pedaling. Even though I got a motor, I still got to pedal, okay? So be cool, adventurer. I love it. Remember, that's what Johnny says. Here we have it, the Be Cool Adventurer. Pretty darn good bike, 800 miles. As you can see where we're at, we had to come all the way up through this stuff just to get up here. All right, and then we still have a ways to go to ride up on that ridge. Great views of the city. That's the San Gabriel Valley. All right. So this bike, 26 by 4-inch fat tires, 750 watt rear hub motor, Shimano 20 shifter derailleur. There's the rear rack it comes with, complete with the tail light, brake light, turn signals. And there's my lopsided bag. Got to have a bag, and later on I'm going to show a video of what's in the bag and why I have it in there. The brakes are, they comes with dual piston hydraulic brakes, 180 millimeter rotors. Aftermarket flashing light. Make sure the drivers can see at nighttime. Those go for about $14 on Amazon. Archer controller, plastic housing. Does the job, stays cool where it's at. Here's your rear suspension. Seat's pretty comfortable, but when you do beach rides and you're doing 44 miles in a day, which this thing has, you might want to get a gel cover. Locking battery, you could charge it on or off the bike. I generally keep it on. Full front fenders, front suspension. Like I said, not branded, but they do the trick. 180 millimeter rotors on the front. This little headlight actually lights the road and trails pretty good at night. All right, there's an aftermarket light, Seco, 1200 lumens. This goes for about $48 on Amazon. This is unbelievably bright. And then of course you got to have your rear view mirror. Can't be riding down the streets without knowing if there's a car coming up behind you, right? It's got a horn, which is pretty decent. Turn signals left, right. There's the new Zoom quad piston hydraulics. Pretty good. Nice display. It's not color, but I don't really care about that. Then we have the Enwa Bluetooth speaker. This thing was under $20 on Amazon. I think it's about 8 watts. It's right in front of you, so it sounds pretty good. All right, then we have our half twist throttle on the right side. 7-speed Shimano shifter. So all in all, pretty reliable bike. Keeps up with all the other bikes, and some of the bikes it's riding with are very high end. The battery does well. Amazing battery. That's all I could say about it. Be cool adventurer. Johnny says it's a good bike. Okay, for the pedal assist part of the Be Cool Adventure review, I'm on a flat road. It's about a mile. It's where we test out the bike, see who's the fastest. And this is an E-Wall motor, designation EW on the motor itself. And let's see how this thing does. So this is independent throttle. I'm in 0, and I could hit the throttle and go. Okay. It is dependent upon the pedal assist level as well, as far as how much power. Okay, so I'm going to put this thing in pedal assist 1. Give a little juice to go. All right. So let's see where we're at here. Okay, pedal assist 1. Got about 7 miles an hour. Crank it up to 2. I'm in the 4th gear on my Shimano shifter over there. So we get about 10 miles an hour on 2. We go to 3. That's where it really kicks into power. Let's see, we're getting up to about 15 plus. Throwing it 4. Okay, doing about 20. We're going to put it in 5. Now I'm going to need to increase my gears to make sure I have more resistance. Put it about 6th gear. No throttle. 23 miles an hour average. So between 22 and 24. And if I give it throttle, it doesn't really do anything. And you can see the watts I'm pulling just around 800, and if I give it throttle, it doesn't really do anything to the speed or how many watts it's pulling. Okay, so 23 miles an hour. Most people don't need to go much faster than that. And I get a nice workout with this bike, that's for sure, if I want to maintain this speed. All right, so pedal assist, Be Cool Adventure, 23 max. All right. Okay, we have the Be Cool Adventure. Just did the mud run test with it. This thing is mangled. Look at this thing. Look at that. The chain is just cake. Look at that. Wow. So this bike did exactly what the all-wheel drive bike did. Not as fast, not as easy, but it got it done. It's pretty amazing. Be Cool Adventure passed the mud test. Good job. All right, so I hope you liked that review. If you have any questions about the bike, shoot me an email, johnnysaysebike@gmail.com. Leave a comment below. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have about this bike or anything e-bike related. Click like, click subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.